Hey, I'm playing Operator, also known as That's Not the Way It Feels, by Jim Croce, one of my favorites. I'm playing it straight from the charts of the Morristown U-Champ, so take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play along with me. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. After the song, I'll do a basic tutorial, together with a slow-motion close-up play-along you might find helpful. Now here goes. Operator, oh, could you help me place this call? See, the number on the matchbook is old and faded. She's living in LA with my best old ex-friend Ray, a guy she said she knew well and sometimes hated. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Could you help me place this call? 'Cause I can't read the number that you just gave me. There's something in my eyes, you know it happens every time. I think about the love that I thought would save me. Think, isn't that the way this it goes? Let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. No, 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 that's not the way it feels. Operator, oh, let's forget about this call. There's no one there I really wanted to talk to. Thank you for your time. Oh, you've been so much more than kind. And you can keep the time. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Oh, what a sad song, but so pretty, and I'm glad he got over her at the end. All right, several points in this song. First of all, you can play everything I did that seemed difficult. You can play more simply, and it'll still be lovely. If you're not comfortable with an arpeggio, the fancy thing I did with my right hand, you don't have to do it. The flourishes, the step downs that I did, you know, the thing that I put on the G that I didn't even write in this songbook, you don't have to do those. You can play this with a strum. If you're a beginner, you can play it like this. Right? Operator, oh, can you help me place this call? See, the number on the matchbook is old and faded. That's it. Down, down, up, down, up. Works for almost every song. Not every song. It really doesn't. And yes, you should learn other strums. But if you're a beginner and you want to do that, you can do that for the entire song, and it will be just fine. And I don't have to talk much more about anything like that. I will show you how I do the chord transitions, because that might be helpful for everybody. And then I'll go into the finesse points. So here we go. G, right? E minor. You can drop your pinky for the E minor. I think I usually jumped over, just because I'm comfortable doing that. But if you're not comfortable moving that fast, you can drop your pinky there, and you get an E minor, right? E, G, and then an E minor. That's an E minor. C6, easiest chord in the world. D. Here's how I did this. Yeah, I'm going to show you how I did it. I'll do it simultaneously with it. So G, E minor, C. Now here's how I did the step down. A straight D would be here, right? I messed with the A string in the step down. That's it, right? This is a D, second position D. D7, D6, and then a straight D. That's what I did, the step down on the A string. And then G, E minor. Actually, that's why I jumped. I wanted to hear, I'm playing a low G, I wanted to hear this go up here. So I normally play an E minor like this, but I played it this way, completely closed, and because I wanted to hear that, so I went from G to E minor. And then the second step down is a low step down. The idea was I wanted to hear this. Just like here, it was this. Right? This time it wasn't quite as clear, but I played it like this. That was the idea. The other fancy thing I did on the G, help me place this chord. Okay, tell you what. I'll tell you the arpeggio I did first. If you want to do down, down, up, down, up, you can do that. If you're comfortable doing arpeggios at all, then you can do a strum arpeggio, and it'll sound fancier, but it's not harder. Strum arpeggio, what I mean when I say that is down, right? I just put an index finger down, that's a strum, and then you count, when you do arpeggios, you count from the floor up. That's tradition, hundreds of years, I think. Even among non-ukulele instruments that have been around for hundreds of years. That's what I'm talking about. So this is the fourth string, and the fourth from the floor, right? So the idea is strum, fourth, third. By the way, when I do arpeggios, almost always, my four fingers, my strong four fingers, forget about the pinky because there's only four strings. My strong four fingers are on the four strings. Not always, 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 but almost always. Unless I find it easier or necessary to do something else. I got these four strings assigned. So now I've got my G, right? And I know which finger is going to pluck which string. Right? So I'm doing down, 4, 3, and then I pluck these two at the same time. That's it. And that's 8 beats of a measure, or 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's most of what I did throughout the song. Operator, oh, could you help me place this chord? Now I get to the finesse point on that G. Okay, so here's what I did with the G. I started out, I messed with the A string. Again, you hear this, right? That's what you hear. You got your G sitting there. You got it, but you start with your pinky down, and you're going to pick it up, and then you're going to lift your middle finger also during it and put it back down. So here's how I did that. I went down, and then middle finger. Now see, this is one of those times when I said I'm not sticking with, normally that would be the fourth string is supposed to be my ring finger, right? Well, I'm doing something fancy, so that's it. Or I might have done the down. Could do that. That would work too. Either way. But every time I played that G at the end of the line, the end of the first and third lines in the 3 verses, I did that finesse thing on the G. And the step downs happened, the high version, that was on the second line, and the low one was on the fourth line of each of the 3 verses. So if you learn any of those 3 things, you'll get to use it lots of times throughout the song because it's a highly repetitive song. So that's kind of fun. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about, the chorus, the chords, the chord transitions in the chorus. Isn't that the way they say it goes? So G to a C, you can just roll there if you want to. And then you pick up all your fingers and you drop down an F sharp diminished. F sharp diminished is what some people call a Hawaiian D7. It's not a real D7 because it actually doesn't have a D in it, but it sounds remarkably like a D7. And I heard a Hawaiian ukulele teacher call it a Hawaiian D7. So I think that's not a racist term or anything like that. They actually, I think it's popularly used as a D7 in Hawaii. Or at least I got that impression from him. So, isn't that the way they say it goes? Pick it up. There. And then we're going back to the G. So you just have to pick them all up and put them back on a G, but hopefully you're comfortable with the G. That's one of the first chords we usually learn. Give me the number. Now this is pretty straightforward. G, and then I'm just going to flatten my index finger out, right? And then I pick it up, the whole thing. You can find it, the C6. So I can call C, G, tell him I'm fine again. It's the same sequence. Show, and then at least you have some time to place your fingers on the D. I've overcome the blow, learn to take it well. Yeah, I'm not seeing any anchor swinging here from chord to chord. I think you just have to do them. But fortunately, the chords are not difficult ones. All right, sorry, I don't have any clues. I don't have any hints on how to make that easier, other than, like I said, you don't have to do the step downs, you don't have to do the finesse G, and you don't have to do the arpeggio, and that makes it pretty darn close to an easy beginner song. Okay, I'm going to play now slow motion through the intro, verse 1, and the chorus, and that is all there is to the song, really. So that'll be everything. I'm going to play slow motion with a close-up on my left hand so you can see exactly how I'm making all of those transitions. If you don't want to stick around for that, then don't. But hey, if you like the video, please like the video. You want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free, of course. You want lots more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, check out our Dropbox. And then check out our meetup page and come play with us. We love it when you do that. Okay, here goes now. Slow motion. 1, 2, 3, and... Operator, oh, could you help me place this call? See, the number on the matchbook is old and faded. She's living in LA with my best old ex-friend Ray, a guy she said she knew well and sometimes hated. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real. And that's not the way it feels. Haha, that's it. See you Wednesday, bye.